Alright guys, in this video we're going to be changing the rocker cover gasket on this car. It's a BMW 320i E92 and we're just going to get on with it. So I bought some tools today from Little, just cheap ones, but they do the job for me, they're pretty good. So let's see what we got. So screwdriver set, and it has a bunch of bits and everything, so we can put that on the wall later. And we're gonna use it now for the job. And we also got some other bits. This is the rocker cover gasket that we're gonna be putting on. And I've been using them. They're pretty cheap, but they do the job, so that'll be fine. So first we need to remove this top bit right here. So in order to do that, we first need to remove this cover. It's the pollen filters in there. On this car, 2 of the bolts in here are missing, but you need to remove them. They're 8mm, and then there's 2 more on this side. And just take them off. And on the side, and then there's 2 10mm here. And you're gonna have to you need to remove these covers right here. They're holding by 2 clips on the side. One is right here, the other one is gonna be right here. And just lift this up. Then there's an 8mm bolt on both sides, one here and one on the other side. Same thing here. We just lift up. And there should be a bolt in here, but I guess not on this car. And then you just need to disconnect the hood sensor. Just lift that, and this side is ready to go. On this side, I just pull this out, and then these 2 clips, and we're ready to lift this bit up. Here in the front, you have the positive cables. They're running from side to side, so you just pull it out of here. There's one more on the bottom that you need to pull towards the front, and that is done. And you just lift this bit off. So next, we got to remove the engine cover. To do that, we use 5mm Allen wrench. So there's 2 bolts here in the front. There's 1 here in the back. Them, and you remove the oil cap. And this should lift right off. You just be careful with the wires. Massage it a little bit, take it out. So after you're done with that, just make sure you put a cap on so nothing gets in there. Alright, so next we need to remove these ignition coils. So they should come right off. You just pick them up and they should come out, but on this car you don't. So you would have to pull them out a little bit. See, this one came right out, this one didn't. So when I remove them, I'd like to keep them in order. So first one, here, and the one next to it is going to go right next to it, so we know which one where to put it back afterwards. Might need a little help with a screwdriver. Just be careful with the wires. Just like that. Put this one right next to it. Cut this out. 3. Alright. These are pretty clean, but a lot of them would have oil like on the tip of them. That would be a rocker cover gasket failure. Next step is, after we took off those ignition coils, so you need to unclip this wire here and off of here, and there's a cover in here that you would have to remove, and there's a 13 mil nut in there that just holds the positive. In the boot you would need to unhook the battery. So here in the boot you would need to take this, these two 10 mils, just keep on like that. Alright, so just remove your 10 mil. So just put it on the drill, it's easier. The impact. Just make sure you don't lose the nut. You just take that off and you can pull this off like that. Towards the, now there's this 14 millimeters fuel injector lines. You just unhook them like that on both sides. There will be some fuel, so don't worry about it. And you just take them off, remember where to put them on afterwards. If you don't, just take pictures, it's easier. The next step is, you see this clip right here, you just remove that, and all the single injector wires you need to take out. There's 4 of them for each injector. Then this one, there should be one as well. We would need to take this clip off right here. That's gonna release your feed line. Just pull it out like this. So next, guys, is these two T30 one of them will have to use the ratchet. So next, on this other side, there's 3 bolts to remove the fuel rail. They're electric. Should come out. Just remove this clip. Now I should be able to wiggle it out, but we have forgotten one of these pipes. So grab your 13 mil back. Loosened, it just goes easy. Side, it should be now able to lift it off and put it to the side. Gasket, so junk. They've given us a replacement for this one. Now, the next bit, just need to remove these wires in here so they're not in our way. There's 2 clips on them. Just put them aside. There's 2 7 or 8 millimeter bolts down there for the grounds. You would have to remove those. And on both sides. Sure you don't lose them down there. So next you remove all the bolts on the cover. So there's 4 on the top, there's 3 back here that are really hard to get to, there's 4 on the bottom, 1 2 3 4 in the front, and some here in the middle. So you just start removing them. Should come right off. Alright, so you will need reverse Torx in here just to remove this bit back so you can lift it up. So it is E14. Yes. So there's another bit, which is the cap here on the front. Just need to loosen that bit. And just remove it like that. Once you loose it, you should be able to pull this off. Just like this. Now you should be able to pick this up. Now you see how brittle this is. You can see somebody's been here before. Put lots of silicone on it instead of changing it. That's not the way to do it. So I'm gonna have to clean that. And the engine as well. It's gonna be a lot of cleaning. So guys, fortunately we've gotten the wrong rocker cover gasket, so we're gonna go grab it and then continue tomorrow probably with the sun is about to set out. So it's going to be tomorrow when we finish it off. But basically right now we just need to clean it up, get the new gasket in, and just reverse install everything. Alright guys, so it's the next day here and we've got the gasket now and we are gonna install it in the car. So first of all, we cleaned everything in here. You can see we just used a razor blade and like some cloth. We've cleaned the surface here on the thing. So we've got the gasket in, as you can see, and we're ready to put it in the car just like this. Just be careful of the wires. So guys, make sure you tighten them by hand first. You start them at least by hand, then you can use the impact, but it's just to make sure like every bolt goes into its slot without like stripping out or anything like that. And when you get on tightening them, you start from the middle and go outwards, and you need to tie them up to 6 Newton-meters. So we're getting ready to install the high pressure fuel pump, and we're just gonna drop it in. Just be careful with it. Everything needs to line up. With the bolts on the back, there's 3 bolts in here, 2 in here. Once you have it in, you just install the bolts and it should be all good. So next you need to install the ignition wires. You just press them in. Like that. Should be it. And then you would have to put in the ground wires in here we took off with the 8mm nuts. Hopefully you haven't lost them. Then you plug in all the plugs for the injectors, plug in all the plugs on the other side, and then just install the coil. So now you need to install the fuel rails, fuel rail pipes, and they just go one way, so you can just basically just try them on and see which one goes where. But you can mismatch them, so it's not a problem. Alright guys, so at this point We've put everything in here, all the plugs, the rails and everything, and we just put the positive in here, and we're gonna hook up the battery in the boot just to see if everything is all right. And we're gonna start the car, see if it runs, and then we're just gonna button all the plugs.
Alright, and after you start it, just look for leads, just where from the lines just taken off right here, or just from the gasket itself. Just look for any leaks, anything abnormal, like some smoke might come out the exhaust out of here, but that's normal. That's just from the oil that dripped down when you took off the cover. As you see right now, it starts coming. So other than that, just after you've inspected everything, you can just turn the car off and button everything out. And there you have it, guys. So this car is going to be for sale now. We've also done the shocks in the back and the whole struts in the front previously to this video, and the car is pretty nice now. It has 134,000 miles on it. It's going to be for sale. We're also going to be doing a video on this car soon. We're going to be doing some maintenance on it, and we've also got like a recovery truck, so we can bring cars that are not running and all that, so we can make interesting videos and everything. Other than that, this car is so nice now, so it should be good to go.